Going once, going twice. Sold.
Basically, for it to come up for $1 and then not get a bid is pretty crazy.
Yeah, usually, for the students that we're working with, we'll focus on properties we can get for, about $1,000. 500 to $1,000 is usually the low. So it's not like you see a dollar property selling all the time, but they do happen every single year. We point them out. We make these lists available to our members and to our coaching students before, so that they know all of these type of auctions that are taking place. I mean, this isn't a big company. They may do one or two sales a year. And that's something we do with our membership, is look for all of these. We've been doing this and we've had our membership program since 2007. So it gives us the opportunity to look for these type of auctions. We can go down to number 66 next.
Yeah, well, and what's crazy is if you just look at the prices too, it's not like we're just cherry picking, one or two nice examples. There's a lot of examples here that are inexpensive. I mean, a lot of these are not high, priced between $20 to $200 or $500. Most of these are not real high, and the ones you do see they're higher are usually for homes or something that does have significant value and use to it, that you could make money on.
Yeah, I mean, you can see lot 33 there sold for 3,400. That's a nice home there. You can see lot 31. Looks like some type of, could even be a duplex. This sold for 1,500. There was a ton of good deals on these lists.
Yeah, there really is. Okay, he said 60.
Yeah, 66.
And here we go. Yeah, this is another one here that sold for $1. You can see all these ones sold for $1. 3 of them up here above. Or actually, if those didn't get bids. This one got a bid. No bids on this one. No bids on this one. One bid on this one over here though, and one bid on this one at $10.
Yeah, pretty interesting. Let's go ahead and grab that parcel number and we'll look it up on the county records.
And here we have our property and our property address. And I wonder if this one used to have a house on it.
Some of them very well could have. I think this one probably did. That would usually be a big risk for us because we'd have to check into demolition liens. But that's the one thing that was nice about this auction, is they've gone through and done the quiet title, and so those demolition liens essentially been extinguished. What the county's trying to do is they're just trying to get these properties back onto the books, where people are paying property taxes, they're in charge of upkeeping the property. And so, they're just blowing these properties out. And we see these in the commissioner sales in Indiana. Some of the commissioner sales have a 120-day redemption period attached to the property, but these one, they're just selling as straight up tax deeds.
Yeah, that is interesting. Well, and it appears to be usable by all accounts. I mean, it's as usable as the properties next to it, and it also looks like it looks like the remnants of what maybe were a home, or at least like the sidewalk running up to it possibly, or maybe there's never been anything there, and I'm just seeing that.
There's a chance that several, at least I know that several of these properties used to have homes on them.
Yeah.
But we would go ahead and check. But like Shade said, I think that it does look like it's buildable. Now, we wouldn't just trust the fact that it looks similar to the other lots. That's where you've always got to do your due diligence. Even though tax sale investing has huge profit margins, you can also make mistakes. I mean, Shade just went to an auction last month where he saw people making mistakes because they didn't do their due diligence beforehand, buying a lot for maybe $1,000 or $1,500 that was worth, $6 or $7 grand, thinking they're getting a good deal, just to find out that there's a $10,000, demo lien against it or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, I saw dozens of people buying lots that we knew were not big enough to meet the standards for use. So in other words, the properties are not usable. So essentially, you've got to have 2 of them in a row in order to make them usable. And so everything that people are buying, and they were paying good high prices for them. And it's not like this just happens in one sale. It happens in pretty much every sale that we participate in. We see people making foolish purchases or making mistakes based on what must be either a lack of research they've done on it, or I don't know if they're guessing, but certainly, yeah, we see people make those kinds of mistakes that cost them quite a bit of money, on a regular basis at the auctions. In fact, it's probably one of the most interesting aspects of attending live auctions, if you ever can, is that you can see, you can see in real time people making, bad choices.
Yeah, in fact, we've actually seen a lot better deals lately through online auctions, because if you go through the process of getting registered, you're usually going to be more of an informed investor than people that just hear about a tax sale in the area and then kind of go down to the county courthouse and they see other people bidding against the property. And you don't know how many times we've seen two uneducated investors bidding against each other because they think that the person they're bidding against knows what they're bidding on. And then that person's bidding against them thinking they know, and they both are clueless, bidding up the price of a property that shouldn't even be purchased, like Shade said, because it's not buildable, because there's something like a demolition lien against it.